I'm Austin Holt.
I'm Matthew Baker.
And I'm Leonardo Nunez.
And today we're here to present to you Funnel Plus. So Funnel Plus improves on the basic funnel design by adding three key aspects. First, we have a little clip that can fit universally on pretty much any piece of glassware, anywhere from a 50 milliliter beaker to any size thing you want. Secondly, we have a burette style control release system, whereby turning this valve, we can control the flow rate out of the funnel and even stop it completely. And the third thing is we have decreased production costs and increased production efficiency. So we created this funnel because we saw that there was a problem in schools and in unprofessional laboratories where a lack of equipment can cause problems, safety issues, concerns actually, for the people working in the lab. So we actually ended up having to do a filtration lab where we had to hold a funnel for 30 minutes straight, and we decided that we didn't want to have to do that again, so we created this.
Some of the science behind our product continues into the material realm because we had to decide the perfect material to make this product out of. And there were a few options for us. One was going with the traditional glass. However, that requires a lot of large scale production models, and it's very hard to do on a small scale for prototyping and for reduced costs. And the other material we discovered that was very good for lab environments is FEP Teflon, which has a high chemical resistance and a low friction coefficient, allowing for safe pouring of chemicals, and not to mention it can be 3D printed with, and is also very cheap when comparable to other materials that you can make glassware or plasticware out of in the lab environment. Also, we had to research the burette system here. We looked through a few different designs, including a coin design, where you have a twisting coin-shaped object to block off the flow. However, we decided the burette system would be more controlled for a funnel due to the fact that you could more precisely and more accurately regulate the rate of flow through the funnel.
When we first started making our funnel, we quickly realized several issues. Our first issue was the clip was far too small and could not fit into any glassware, which kind of defeated the purpose. It was also quite weak and could break easily. We quickly fixed this by thickening the walls to make it thicker. And also we shrunk the clip because it originally couldn't clip onto many things, so how big it was. We also tested Z-Glass in addition to Z-Ultra and quickly realized this was a superior material, both because of its higher density and its translucence. Afterwards, we increased the size of the clip itself so it can actually clip onto any glassware now, which is great. And most recently, we introduced our burette system. By including a hole inside the cylinder of the funnel, we can now control the flow rate. Other products do not solve our own issue of being able to clip onto other glassware. All funnels really only work with an Omer flask. You cannot use a beaker with funnel because of how large the beakers are. Other funnels, all they did was add more functionality, such as a separatory funnel or multi-purpose funnels that let you control flow rate or let you choose between two different densities of liquid. That's why we had to come up with our own product.
We had several markets in mind for this product, such as unprofessional laboratories or low-budget laboratories. But the primary market we found was in the school system. This is primarily due to the efficiency of the clip, as well as several safety features that I'm about to mention, and also its cost. Now, the clip is very useful, as a lot of school systems are underfunded in the science departments, and therefore do not have proper equipment for funnels to be attached to or to do certain science experiments. This makes this universal clip very, very good, as it can attach to any piece of glassware, eliminating the need for specialized equipment that may cost a large sum of money. Also, you have safety from the clip. As mentioned, it attaches to any piece of glassware. You don't have to worry about holding the funnel or dealing with dangerous chemicals with your hands. Also, you have the burette system, which can control the flow rate, adding an extra level of safety and functionality. As far as the cost is concerned, the overall cost of the funnel is much less than you would find in other large-scale producers of funnels. And therefore, that is another thing appealing to school systems, as school systems tend to not have a large budget in the science department and cannot buy lots of new equipment very often.
Some ethical concerns may come up when we're talking about this funnel, mainly the use of FEP Teflon, because during its production, hazardous chemicals are produced that are not friendly to the environment. And the company that mainly produces FEP Teflon does not dispose of them in a manner that is very environmentally friendly. So as we move further into production, we're planning on moving away from Teflon and into other materials that can also resist chemicals in a similar way. Now, we wanted to make sure we used the materials to the best degree that we could. So instead of doing like making our funnel with subtractive processes, we decided to use an additive process of 3D printing in order to get the most out of our materials. So moving into large-scale manufacturing in the future, we hope for this funnel to be made out of glass, just like any other standard labware, except for the clip part. We do want to make that out of something flexible yet durable, like a strong plastic or maybe something like aluminum. Eventually, when we make this product, if it were made out of glass, we do a process kind of like injection molding, where molten glass is poured into molds and compressed and then cooled to create the final product. So if you're wondering why we don't want to just make this product a standalone clip that more funnels could fit into, we want to make this entire system with the clip and the burette and the funnel one self-contained system that would overall reduce safety concerns and would reduce manufacturing costs and would translate into lower cost for consumers.
We're Funnel Plus, and we put the functionality in funnel.